Hello, 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 hello. Yeah. Hello, hello. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Okay. Do I have your attention? Hello. Okay. While while waiting for others, we want to say welcome a few of us that are here. Welcome to the TBC live broadcast. Welcome to TBC live broadcast. Can listen to a little music before we begin while waiting for others to join us. Again, if you are live, just um, can just drop a message. Or let's see that you are live to connect. Um, that a lot of persons are still waiting to join us. Okay, it's a pleasure to have a handful of us joining on this TBC. I want to thank you for want to, want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for joining us. Like I said, it's a great pleasure to have you here. Long time, but I keep postponing. However, I'm very happy that finally I am able to get it done. So you're welcome. The essence of this broadcast is really to help us, TBCians, to uh, being able to really set our priorities right. Okay, to really set our priorities right. You know, sometimes if you do not know the reason for what you are doing, you may not be able to do it right. Okay, so that is why it is very, very important. In fact, it is one of life's major lessons, one of the major lessons in life for one to understand what makes him take a particular action. It is important for one to understand what makes him do whatever he's doing, what push him to do whatever he's doing. Okay, if one actually understand, if the individual understand what really motivates him to do what he's doing, or what is the reason why he's doing what he's doing, or is going where he's going, is taking a particular action, that person will be able to at least um, have a purpose, understand the purpose of exactly the action he has taken. If a person is alive and just get involved in stuff and without actually knowing the reason for which he's involved in that particular stuff, the truth is that he would not be able to take it serious. He would not be able to do it the way he should do. In fact, he would not have his best done. So that is why we have this presentation to help us to, help us to think aright why we are in TBC community, why we joined TBC in the first place. Why do you want to be TBCians? So that's the essence of this discussion. So first thing first, we all understand what TBC is all about, the billion coin. And the billion coin is a cryptocurrency that is with the mission to earn property globally. So if you are a TBCian, you should understand that you are in for something big. Okay? You are in for something special. And whatever that is needed and required. You are required to be active in order for the community to continue flourishing, in order for the coin TBC to achieve its purpose. The truth is that if every is our harms and just look at how things are going, so that is why we're encouraging each and every one of us to really rethink the very reason why we joined the TBC community and take the right action so that we can be able to enjoy it. All right. So take the right action so that you'll be able to enjoy it. The truth is this: it's good that we understand about three basic things that can help us to hit success. There are three basic things that can actually help us to achieve success, especially in TBC business. That can help us to actually achieve success in any business we do, including our TBC business, is for us to be able to raise our level, kind of our standards. Okay, we should not standard we used to be. We should not feel we are just the same person that we used to do. Okay, so that is the first thing we must be able to identify, that we have something important in our hands. We have something worthwhile in our hands. Hence, if we are to be beneficiary of it, of TBC, we are to be able to cash it out effectively, to live the life of abundance, we need to first of all be able to raise our level, our standard. Okay. For instance, if we are used to being complacent, anything just goes the way it comes. We just allow things to go the way it comes. Whatever we see, we don't give importance to it. No, it's time for us to begin to set priorities in life and actually set what is more important for us in life, and also be able to see this thing that is important. How do I get about achieving the aim of it? Okay, so that is very important if we are to actually succeed. So, like I said, the first thing we want to know is be able to raise our level, our standard. We should raise our level of tolerance. Okay, what is our level of tolerance? We should be able to raise that. Do we want to die in poverty forever? Are we used to, do you want to live a life that we are always be settling for less? Okay, is that what we want? Do we always want to settle for less? Do we want to remain where we are forever? No. So we want to really do be able to change our lifestyles. Okay, be ready to accept directions and implement them. If we are used to before now, we are used to like they tell us, oh, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors about cryptocurrency, inform your relatives, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do that. After all, I did this, I did that. I came to TBC community. I want to cash out. I'm waiting for ATM. Fine, you want to wait. But the truth is that those who actually raise their standard, change their perspective in life, and accept directions, they are hungry to actually achieve the best in life, to actually achieve the best in the TBC community, are the ones who are making use of their coins. Okay, they have the coins in their wallets and they are actually exchanging it for goods and services. They are actually enjoying the abundant based coins in reality. So, so for you to do the same, first of all, you should be determined within yourself. You should raise your level of, commitment. You should be more determined than ever before that you want it and you want it now, so to say. That is, you want something to happen in your life, you want something to change. See? So aspire for a change in your life. Aspire to be able to take action. That way, you will be able to succeed. Okay? So that's just the first thing that you need to, first of all, understand that you will raise your standards. Okay? Don't settle for less. Don't just be complacent. Don't just believe that everything goes, whatever time anything happens, you benefit from it. In fact, the way TBC works now, we have um, some levels now, so to say. We have the broadcasters level and we have the basic level. So if you just settle for nothing and you just like you are just remaining in the community waiting for when TBC will be used by everyone, that means you're just going to settle for as a basic member in the community. And especially for a new person that just joined the community, it will not benefit much from all the cookies reward. And then it will not be able to make the best out of the community. So it's best for us to follow direction to come alive in the community, take up responsibilities, follow up instructions, raise our level of commitment, and then that way we will be able to understand what we ought to do and we do them. We will step up to a level of becoming leaders in the community. Okay. And that is very important for each and every one of us. We should be able to step up to that level where we are acting as leaders within our capacity. People look up to us to get vital information. People look up to us to be able to, get guidance. And you are also there to, give such to them. So that is why it is important to follow through this first method of success, or this step that will lead to success, which is your ability to raise your standard, raise your level of commitment, raise your standard of commitment in the TBC community. If you take these first steps, definitely you're on the highway to success in TBC community. So that is the first thing I will encourage us to do. Now, another thing that the second step that you need to take if you are to become effective in this TBC community is for you to change your limiting beliefs. Change your limited belief or limiting beliefs. What do I mean by limiting beliefs? There are 1,001 persons earthwide that even if they want to do something very important, a small voice within them would keep telling them, look, this thing you are doing would not work. See, this thing you are doing, you will not succeed. Why are you even trying it? No, don't bother trying. If you try, you are going to fail. Don't follow them. They are successful because so thing happened because of this or that. That small voice within you gives you um, um, it gives you a reason not for you to take any action, not for you to even believe in yourself. Sorry. That small voice that is taking you backward is what I'm referring to as the limiting belief. So if you want to be successful in TBC community, please actually change, eradicate that limiting belief. You want to become convinced in what you are doing. Be bold. Okay? If you take up, as in, if you make up your mind that you want to be serious in TBC community and that you can actually achieve success with TBC coin that you have in your wallet, and that you can actually become one of the leaders, you can become a broadcaster, and you achieve a lot. And then that limiting belief keep taking you backward. You cannot move forward. So it is time for you to begin to tell yourself what is that is what you should know, what you should do. It is time for you to begin to think deep within yourself and understand that that small voice has been taking you backward all these years and has not allowed you to actually move forward. Then, if you understand what I mean, it will help you to actually be convinced each time you make a decision to do something new. Okay? So, never allow that limited belief to tell you what to do. That limited belief to tell you that, look, you cannot do this. It's true. The fact is that the limited belief build up in you, maybe because of the upbringing you have, maybe because of the environment you grew up, because of other circumstances in the past. And that molded that small voice to be talking to you that way, and you've been living that kind of a life all of a while, all this while. The truth is that it's not going to lead you to success. You have to start changing that limiting belief, positive change to something positive. Let that move you to take your TBC business seriously. See, there have been a lot of testimonies in TBC community. A lot of persons have changed their life completely because of accepting TBC, taking TBC seriously in their lives. People have lived their dreams in a short while. Others have actually, locally here in my office when I do presentations, I used to hear a lot of testimonies from some people who tell you, who would narrate how they are able to get some leverages, make some money for themselves, full about TBC. And that is what all it takes. Meet up with people, enlarge the community, explain to people what TBC is all about. Be convinced that you can do it and take the step to do it. Okay? Take the step to do it. So if you just step back and allow you to keep telling you that you would not be able to succeed if you follow up decide to prospect someone, then that small voice will keep controlling your life. At the end, you will not be able to be successful in TBC. In fact, that is the reason why some persons would now go back to the individual that sold TBC to them. They don't believe that they can actually be the one. So ask yourself, how long have you been in this TBC community? How long have you been now? Have you been able um, uh, to prospect people? Have you been able to make one sale? As in, have you been able to sell even $100 of TBC? Have you been able to reach out to people at least just about TBC? Not because you believe that you to do it. Time for you to adjust, eradicate that limited belief within you, and then decide to take decisive action that will help you to succeed. Okay, so I'm encouraging us to do. Been able to do anything about TBC, who has not been able to take TBC seriously, has not been able to do anything with TBC because of the limited belief. Please, it is time for you to change that limited belief. Don't feel that you can't do anything. You have the capacity to do anything in life. Okay, allow that small voice to keep taking you backward. So think of the far-reaching consequences that you can actually achieve if you actually been able to raise that your limiting belief. Think of the results that will come if you actually change it. Change the way you think and make it possible. Okay, so you will be able to make that thing that used to seem impossible become possible. You have the capacity to do it. That limitations you have, you'll be able to change them. Okay, so at this point I'm like calling on the TBC community who have been working on. Don't allow anything to confuse you. Don't allow anything to get you sleeping. Okay, so that at the end of it all you believe that you can't do anything in this community. No, you need to take control of that your limiting belief. Change it. Change it to something positive. Being able to tell yourself that, look, I am going to be able to cash out my money. I'm going to cash out TBC on my own. I'm going to be able to refer people. I'm going to be able to refer people and then make sales. Sometimes you don't really need to do much. That maybe direct people to the attention to the blog post, direct the attention to a few things that they need to read and become convinced. And a situation where you lack the learn fully, there's nothing wrong in seeking for it. So you can get to people, you must first of all be convinced that you can do it and be ready to take the steps that will lead to this. It's very, very important. Take that step that will lead to you changing your limiting belief. Okay, be convinced that you have the capacity to do what you should do. Okay, be convinced that you have the capacity to change things. Be convinced that you have the capacity to actually live your life, the life of abundance. If you are convinced, then success. Okay. Now that takes us to the number 3 strategy that can help you to succeed in TBC business, which is change your strategy. Don't be don't relax in the same way you have been, using to prospect. Okay. If you have been always shy, just send SMS to a friend or two, and then that's all. You don't follow up. It is time for you to change your strategy. You cannot do the same thing over and over again, and it does not give you results, and you keep, sticking to that same method. You can't go anywhere. You will not be able to go anywhere. So all you need to do is change your strategy. And one of the things that is going to help you is for you to go to the blog post and read some of the latest developments. Okay. The blog post gives you the opportunity to know what is the latest and how you can actually benefit from them. Let us see if we can see some of the latest information that we have in the blog post that can be of help to you. Okay. Hold on, let's just see what we can actually get from the blog post. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen here. Okay. Okay. Coming. Okay. There are a lot of information here, the blog, that can help you do your business effectively. And come here regularly and check up for latest blog posts that will help you. See, if you follow through this blog, you see a lot of things has been done that should get you acquainted. Like you just see here about reminder our send button will be turned off for the TBC004.net wallet tomorrow. So that is of help. What to tell your prospect time and community without knowing what is going on. So when you succeed, okay. And there are a lot of other posts here that on your own you can just read them and have good information. See some of the ones that have been here that can also be of help to you. There are a lot of them. Now you can see like I have called for the resignation of all the official leaders in TBC. So whether you no longer have the voice of TBC, you no longer have the 10 world leaders that there are, you need to read it, okay? So they can see their resignation. Okay. So you can see this. If you have not read this, it's good you go through the blog post and read what is going on and what the TBC admin really wants to be happening in TBC community. This animal is called Hydra. Hydra, multiple heads. So TBC admin is multiple heads of leadership in TBC community. Not just one person, as you can see from the desk of voice of TBC, Randy Wilson, he has resigned. See? The voice of TBC resignation letter. So you see other ones, other world leaders have all sending their resignations. Whatever you can do, it will be appreciated in the TBC community. That is just it. Whatever you can do is appreciated. TBC looking for a million leaders, 1 million leaders in TBC worldwide. So who says you can't be one of them? Who says so? You can be. So there are a lot of things, and read them and boost your ego in the community, boost your confidence, and that way you'll be able to meet with your prospects with confidence to away. Okay, you'll be able to give reasonable answers, and you're able to have the confidence to approach people, and you're able to talk convincingly to them. Okay, because you have a lot of information. A situation where you do not have this, how will you manage? How will you survive? Okay, it will not be easy for you to survive. So you need to read them and then have this information that will be important for you. Look, was sending here from TBC admin, say create a personal toolbox and label your tools. This is a feature that is added to us that can help you be able to know what you are doing. Okay, so this is added in your kringle.cash back office where you can create your toolbox, and then there is some presentations you would like to do. You can build them up yourself, and at any point can be ready things here. Look at these two steps to fast start in the TBC community. So this is another effective this thing that was set up here. If you are, if you've not known any strategy to follow, you don't know the steps to follow up to be able to start your way in TBC community to register people. Look at what you can help any new one that wants to join the community. Okay, you can use these steps to actually help any new individual that wishes to join the TBC community. This is what the new person would need to do. You need to receive the kringle.cash gift, complete the profile, pass the send button test, pay the admin fee, set up a new wallet. The person need to set up a YouTube broadcast, just like the one. The schedule will be 30-minute broadcast, and I have to set it up from the kringle.cash back office. Okay, do the broadcast, then purchase the $100 worth of kringle. Okay, and then the transaction will be verified. The seller would approve the transaction, the verification, and then select the broadcast and become a partner with him. Just follow other, help the individual to become a member of the TBC community, a broadcaster at that, so that they will be able to. Why we really TBC admin really focus on the to set up a TBC YouTube broadcast, as in to become a broadcast, is because that is only when the person will be able to have maximum benefit from TBC community. Okay, if it does not become a broadcaster, the $100 purchase he just made, the cookies reward for it would only be 100,000 cookies. Okay, instead of one TBC. So you now see why it is important for you to be a broadcaster, for you to help become a broadcaster, so they can benefit more from the cookies reward. Okay, apart from that, it will give you the leverage of contacting or being available for a lot of other persons, so that they can actually, those who have problems, questions in the TBC community can always come to you. Or how do I call it? TBC orphans. That is the right word. So you can be able to help TBC orphans to come back to the and then have to put them through. Number one, I said you have to raise your level, raise your standard. Okay, don't just settle for less. Just tell yourself that there's a certain amount you want to make. You want to make 1 million naira, you want to make 10 million for yourself. Okay, you have to set that standard for yourself, and then take steps to change that limited belief. Will tell you that you will not succeed. No, change such belief within yourself. Be convinced that you can do it. Talk to yourself and readjust your thinking so that At the end of it all, when you have raised your standard, you will not become, you will not, when you are not convinced of what you believe in, you are not going anywhere. So the bottom line is, do your best to raise your standard. Like I said, that's the first thing. Then also change that your limiting belief. Change it. Tell yourself that you can. Of course, you can if you tell yourself that. And when you tell yourself you can convince, and keep feeding your mind with that same conviction, definitely you're on your way to success. Now, a third thing we have discussed that can help you succeed is for you to change your strategy. Okay, we have just discussed some of the things you will need to do. For example, that you need to read the blog frequently. We have gone to see a quick step that can help you succeed. We have seen the quick step that can help you succeed in TBC. So if you have seen steps well, then help the new persons that come to also become acquainted with them as well. In fact, that is a procedure for a new person, a new member to join the community. So you need to help them. So that is what you do. Now, having seen that steps that was given to you, I think it will be enough for you to start up in TBC community. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. See, in life, everyone make mistakes. But the most important thing is this, that when you make mistakes and you move forward, don't want to be an island. Stick to the community. Have a lot of help from the community. Okay. Then, most importantly, continue to go to the blog, like I said before, and get the latest info. Get the latest information. The limit of the this thing, the instruction that you are given. A lot of guys like to use the social media, Facebook, for example, to do a lot of things. They like to use say like to say. If someone close to them, they will like media to air their feelings, what they don't even understand. Sometimes what they cannot do by themselves, they just go to social media to ask some questions like that. It is not acceptable dating leading outside. We're encouraged to look for the next leader, okay, close to you, and ask question. Look for someone that you know better than you and ask the questions. That person will be there to put you through, okay? Rather than going to social media, it will look as in TBC community when actually there is no problem. So you are TBC. Understand that TBC is here for long term. Okay, TBC is here for long term, not short term. So if it is going to be here for long term, it is not something you should be in a hurry. Not something you should be in a hurry. No, not at all. You must be willing to learn about cryptocurrency, because one of the things that get people confused is that they 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 believe that every cryptocurrency should have been a market-based coin. Okay, but TBC happen not to be a market-based but user-based. So all you need to do, since it is the first of its kind, be willing to learn the procedure, the ropes of it, and follow the instruction and stick so do your thing, learn a lot about it, and then learn from the leaders around you. Don't ignore them. Okay, if you ask questions, send it across to them. As I am here, if you feel like asking questions, you have any question you feel like you need to ask, because to achieve what we know, that is uh, that we can achieve to help you achieve success in TBC community. So try your best to do the same. Okay? Don't believe that you are going to fail. You're not going to fail. So you can also use the chat. There's a provision for you to chat up with me now. If you feel like chatting up, you can drop your question there, and you try to give an answer to them right away before we go. Okay. Do you have questions? Do we have questions? Any questions so that we can move forward? Okay. All right. Seems there is no question. Question? No questions? Okay. It's like the few persons that have looked up already understand what I say. So understand what I said. That you have no question. Pleasure to have you in the program immensely for supporting the broadcast. And um, what you need to do now is just click the subscription uh, subscription button here. Just subscribe to my channel so that you can the anytime that I want to come up online a live broadcast like this, you can always have the notification to be there. So you can just click that button, subscribe, or you like the broadcast, the information you've had, and then we'll be ready to chat with you some other time. Having been here, it's a pleasure having had you in the live broadcast. Thank you till some other time. Okay, bye bye.